this week on Carolina All Out.
Man, I'm so excited. Golly, I mean, look at this water.
Roanoke River striper fishing in the snow. This is Carolina All Out. The Roanoke River is one of North Carolina's true comeback stories. It's a place where sportsmen, under the solid direction of our Fish and Wildlife Resource Commission, dutifully endured the burden of harvest restrictions, short harvest seasons, and changing regulations. The population dwindled to less than 200,000 fish in the 80s, but now has come back to over 1 million. This cooperation has led to a world-class striped bass fishery, and that's really something to be proud of. We can hold our heads high as sportsmen and women and say, we helped do that. It's late January and the All Out crew is launching at the Astoria boat ramp near the town of Jamesville in Martin County. Chris made the 2.5-hour drive from Lee County this morning through intermittent snow, and the weather forecast says there's more to come. Chris has been looking forward to making this trip for some time and isn't going to let a little precipitation stop him from meeting up with Captain Scooter Lilley of CWW Inshore Charters. Scooter was raised on the Roanoke River and knows it like the back of his hand. In addition to the Roanoke, Scooter is no stranger to most of the lakes, sounds, and rivers from the Piedmont eastward. He's been a competitive angler since the 90s and takes his fishing seriously. On the way out to the first spot, Scooter gives Chris the scoop on what the river is doing and how it affects the bite.
Well, I've noticed it over last night with this northwest wind blowing, and the water's already dropped probably a good 4 or 5 inches, which means the water's full. And that's always good for catching these stripers. Anytime you got a lot of current flow, it positions the fish where they're feeding.
Right.
And I'm hoping this morning it'll tell us the tale when we pull up on the first spot and see what happens. Well, Chris, now if you can just remember what you did on that cast to catch that fish and try to reproduce it, I'm sure you may. Here we go. Lift him right on out of the water. That's a good striper. I'm trying. He's not letting me grab him. My fingers are not working good. Here we go. It's a pretty fish. And that's a typical size of these stripers that are running up here. You can get them anywhere from 2 pounds to 10 pounds.
You know, it always strikes me, it's very interesting, I should say, that the barometer has something to do with fishing, because you wouldn't think that underneath the water that they're going to be able to tell any temperature change or any type of pressure change out there, but there's something to it, because you can absolutely be certain of it every time, can't you?
Well, Chris, you know that anytime you have a low pressure like this system come through, that barometer drops and the fish really go to feeding. And this is just I know it's cold, but it's really a good time to be on the water to catch a variety of species of fish. I've seen where the largemouth and the crappie and everything else, they bite really good on days like this if you're willing to bear the cold to give it a try.
Would you believe, I mean, we're looking at a snowstorm here, and I've got a striper on the end of my line.
Now we got 2 stripers on the end of the line.
Now we got 2 stripers on the end of the line. This fishery is really phenomenal here. I'm telling you, look at this. Look at this, and this is a nice one here.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty fish, pretty fish. two pretty fish.
Look at here. Bring him up here. Up.
It's understandable. It's only 30 degrees.
There we go. All right. Okay. Get this out. Now these little, isn't this a nice fish? Look at that. What a phenomenal fisher here. We're gonna have to just do this again. Woo, I like it. I'm liking this now. I'm liking this. Snowing and catching fish. Who would have thought it? We'll be right back with more Carolina All Out. Carolina All Out is brought to you by the Dixie Deer Classic, the Carolinas' premier sportsman's event. XGO, those who know wear XGO. The NC Wildlife Resource Commission, conserving wildlife since 1947. Piggly Wiggly, celebrating 100 years. Farms and Land Realty, selling land is what we do. New Sport Shop, a Carolina tradition since 1953. We'll be right back with more Carolina All Out.
At New Sport Shop in Kinston, we've got the gear. From our bodacious selection of fishing and camping gear to firearms, footwear, outdoor clothing, coolers, and sunglasses. We've got you covered. Come discover our state-of-the-art indoor pistol and archery ranges and uncover unique gifts, jewelry, home decor items, and fashionable clothing inside the Villager. We're New Sport Shop on the Highway 70 bypass in Kinston. At Noose, we've got the gear.
CVA's Accura Series, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
Do you love the outdoors of Carolina as much as we do? Get your official Carolina All Out gear at CarolinaAllOut.com. Show your Carolina pride with our line of hats and t-shirts. Tag us on Facebook when you're wearing your CAO gear for a chance to be featured on our page. Show your love for the Carolina outdoors. Get your official Carolina All Out gear today.
CVA's Accura Series, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
Look like they're further out. Now, what are these fish? Are they?
What you got right here where you're casting is you got a flat.
Right.
That flat's only 1 to 2 foot deep out here in front of us. Mm-hmm. And these fish are sitting off the edge of that flat where it drops off in the deeper water. And if you notice, there's a mix line out here where the current is pulling the water out of this creek, which causes fish to feed right here on the minnows and the crayfish and stuff.
Right.
They come out.
Now you're catching. You seem to be catching them right there in that little area.
Yeah, there's quite a few fish right here right now. That's a good fish.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Now, would you call this water kind of a? This is a stained. Is this a? I mean, the water seems pretty clear. Is this clear for the Roanoke?
Yeah, it's kind of clear right now. In the winter months, it usually clears up some, but we've had an awful lot of rain, and I really do not understand that why it really isn't a little bit muddier than it is.
Right.
With all the rain that we've had, and that's a good fish for the Roanoke River run. See him in Weldon in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it does get muddy, but it doesn't seem to affect the bite much at all. With it.
No, I'm doing the Scooter Lilley approach, and I think it's working for me. Folks, you got to remember the Scooter. Hey, you know, this is a good fish
That's
too.
good.
It feels good. I haven't gotten good enough to tell just exactly what I got on line, but he
See
definitely
what you
feels
got.
better than the last couple that I've had. Gosh, I'm loving this. I'm telling you. I mean, you know, we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice fish here. There we
We're
go.
gonna
Got
put
two
two
more.
on.
Yeah, he's getting on a little show for me. He's putting on some power. I love the tug, man. I'm telling you what. I don't know if that's what draws everybody to fishing, but I do love to
There you
fish.
go.
Look at here. Look at two twins just about. Look at that.
Good fish.
Wow. Watch your approach and getting in there. And looky here, looky here.
Right here's.
You're having a hard time.
That's a good
really
fish.
nice fish. Oh,
Well, I quick
and a
released
release, but look at here. Another beautiful striper. Here on the Roanoke, the Captain Scooter Lilley. I can't think of a better place to be when it's snowing than on the Roanoke, fishing for stripers. Man, I appreciate this. Scooter, this
ain't
is
no
awesome.
problem anytime.
This is awesome,
Even when it's snowing.
even when it's snowing.
This segment is brought to you by the North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission.
The technique that we're using here today on the Roanoke, water temperatures in the lower 40s, and these fish they're still very active fish because stripers are cold weather fish, but they're still relating kind of towards the bottom of in that 10 to 15 foot of water. What I'm doing is I'm casting out into a shallower depth around 3 foot deep, and these fish are sitting up on the eddies and current breaks where I can take this bait right here and cast it in that 3 foot of water, and I'm kind of slow drifting it and bouncing it right down the ledge into that 10 to 15 foot drop where the fish are sitting at. And what you do is you just kind of throw it upstream and let the current drift your lure down the bank. And as you see me jigging it, or lifting the bait off the bottom and twitching it, the bait's getting a little bit further out and it's going a little deeper, and the current's just washing it down. And the fish, with the current coming down this way, the fish are facing upstream. And my bait I'm casting upstream is being presented downstream towards the fish. So the fish has got a target that's coming right towards him, and he sees it, and he attacks it. And there it is, a proven technique.
Carolina All Out is brought to you by the Dixie Deer Classic, the Carolina's premier sportsman's event. XGO, those who know wear XGO. The NC Wildlife Resource Commission, conserving wildlife since 1947. Piggly Wiggly, celebrating 100 years. Farms and Land Realty, selling land is what we do. New Sport Shop, a Carolina tradition since 1953. We'll be right back with more Carolina All Out.
CVA's AccuraSeries. Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy. Nitride for guaranteed rust proofing. And a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
Do you love the outdoors of Carolina as much as we do? Get your official Carolina All Out gear at CarolinaAllOut.com. Show your Carolina pride with our line of hats and t-shirts. Tag us on Facebook when you're wearing your CAO gear for a chance to be featured on our page. Show your love for the Carolina outdoors. Get your official Carolina All Out gear today.
At New Sport Shop in Kinston, we've got the gear. From our bodacious selection of fishing and camping gear to firearms, footwear, outdoor clothing, coolers, and sunglasses. We've got you covered. Come discover our state-of-the-art indoor pistol and archery ranges and uncover unique gifts, jewelry, home decor items, and fashionable clothing inside the Villager. We're New Sport Shop on the Highway 70 bypass in Kinston. At Noose, we've got the gear.
CVA's Accura Series. Bergara barrels for guaranteed accuracy. Nitride for guaranteed rust proofing. And a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
With the snow tapering off, the boys have worked up an appetite. Catching fish burns calories, and with the temperatures hovering around 30 degrees, it really burns calories. So leaving the fish biting, Scooter decides to trade the Minn Kota for some Yamaha horsepower and heads up the river to treat the all-out crew to a unique and historical gem on the Roanoke.
So this is the famous Cypress Grill, huh?
Yes, sir. Right here in the small town of Jamesville.
So Scooter takes me downriver to the Cypress Grill. This is one of the last true fish cookhouses on the Roanoke. You can see the remnants of the fish houses up and down the river. It's a real testament to what used to go on there when the herring were so plentiful.
Man, I love historical places like this. This is really, really cool.
That's a neat experience. You've never been here before.
It's been in business for over 60 years, and the gardeners have been running it for over 25. And it's open from January to April.
Nice and warm.
It feels better in here. Yeah.
Now, if you know me, you know I like to eat, and especially anything that is unique to the area I'm hunting or fishing. I ordered their signature dish, herring. Scooter recommends that I order it cremated. Cremated means it's hard cooked to the point the bones soften and are pretty much indistinguishable from the flesh. It's warm inside and the folks are super friendly, and the food does not disappoint.
So this is a plate of salted herring, and I'm going to eat every bit of it, I can assure you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Got ketchup over there?
Although they're high in omega-3 fatty acids and a source of vitamin D, I don't think there's very much of that left in them as hard as they've been fried. I don't care. They're delicious, and I could have eaten a whole nother helping of them.
You know, since I was a young boy, our family's based everything around eating. And to come in from fishing and to eat a meal like this is just, it's heaven to me.
I really love places like this. It's part of the Roanoke's colorful history, which makes it part of North Carolina's history, which makes it part of my history. We'll be right back with more Carolina All Out. Carolina All Out is brought to you by the Dixie Deer Classic, the Carolina's premier sportsman's event. XGO, those who know wear XGO. The NC Wildlife Resource Commission, conserving wildlife since 1947. Piggly Wiggly, celebrating 100 years. Farms and Land Realty, selling land is what we do. New Sport Shop, a Carolina tradition since 1953. We'll be right back with more Carolina All Out. Do you love the outdoors of Carolina as much as we do? Get your official Carolina All Out gear at CarolinaAllOut.com. Show your Carolina pride with our line of hats and t-shirts. Tag us on Facebook when you're wearing your CAO gear for a chance to be featured on our page. Show your love for the Carolina outdoors. Get your official Carolina All Out gear today.
CVA's AccuraSeries, Bergara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust-proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
At New Sport Shop in Kinston, we've got the gear. From our bodacious selection of fishing and camping gear to firearms, footwear, outdoor clothing, coolers, and sunglasses. We've got you covered. Come discover our state-of-the-art indoor pistol and archery ranges and uncover unique gifts, jewelry, home decor items, and fashionable clothing inside the Villager. We're New Sport Shop on the Highway 70 bypass in Kinston. At Noose, we've got the gear.
CVA's AccuraSeries, Bergara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust-proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
Well, when I'm not out chasing critters, I'm actually out showing land because we are a part of Farms and Land Realty. And Farms and Land Realty has been a sponsor of our show from the very beginning. And today we are with Frank Shepard, who is one of our brokers. And Frank, we're standing right in the middle of a very cool property that you've just brought on the market. Can you tell us about it?
Sure, Chris. 222 acres right on the border of Moore County and Montgomery County. Of course, the bulk of it being in Montgomery County. We're standing right in the middle of a mill pond with an excellent mix of hardwoods surrounding us. And then on the outer periphery of the property, a mix of loblolly pines, longleaf pines, all in different stages of growth.
So this mill pond, obviously, being it's not a mill pond at the moment, back in the day it was, because we can see something behind it. So tell us, what are we looking at here?
A mill dam, big mill pond. It was actually, around the turn of the century, we're looking at a shingle mill and a cotton gin on this location, all powered by this mill pond.
So Frank, besides this piece of history, on the western corner we have, what do we have over there?
The far southwestern corner, there's an old turpentine still. And actually, still in that spot is, kind of a tar pit that would remind you of asphalt. Also, let's not forget about the water features. We've got two different creeks featured on this property. The Old Mill Creek, which of course supplied the mill pond for this dam, bisects the property from east to west. And then from north to south, on the far eastern property line is Drowning Creek.
So as we've walked this property today, Frank, you told me you were in awe of it.
I am in awe of this property.
And I am in awe of it. And I think you'll be in awe of it too. So you need to give Frank a call about this particular property. And how do they get in touch with you, Frank?
You can reach me at 910-635-5937.
Or go to our website, farmsandlandrealty.com, where we can help you find a property that you'll be in awe of. That was delicious.
After a full belly, Scooter and I headed back out for some more fishing. Scooter took the time to show me the new Hummingbird depth finder provided by Angler's Choice. And Angler's Choice has been sponsoring Scooter for over 20 years and has 4 stores across Virginia and North Carolina. I couldn't believe the detail that it was displaying. Like all modern fishermen, Scooter uses depth finders like this to mark structure and changes in elevation to find likely places where the fish will hold off of during different times of the year. And it doesn't hurt to actually see the fish either. He took us to a point he'd found months before, and they were there.
There he is. See, that fish triggered another one in the bite.
Sure did. Heard that splashing.
Yep. What you got?
Nah, it's not. That's a little
Oh
fast.
man, they're pretty to see running through that water.
Yeah, it is. I like to see a fish racing in.
And we caught fish after fish after fish.
Look at this fish, man.
Scooter has done his homework season after season, and this has helped him locate over 50 spots where he can catch fish with a good percentage of certainty. It's also a policy of his not to overfish any one of the spots, and that has really helped him keep his clients on fish day after day.
I'm gonna reel him on in. He hit it as soon as he hit the water. What I like to do, Chris, is I'll catch catch a number of fish, you know, till maybe the bite slows down off the spot, and then we'll pull up to another area, and I'll try not to fish that particular area anymore that day. It kind of just gives the fish a chance to regroup, relax, and kind of reload, so to speak. You're right in that groove. You should thump it. I just saw it hit.
Yeah, I think you did.
Saw that line jump.
Oh, you bumped it right there.
Seems to be right many there this morning.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Man, that's there.
There we go. I am doing the Scooter Lilley approach. That is what I've got here, and
if you miss him the first time, you just drop it right back. You did a good job.
In his mitt. Uh-huh. Come on.
There he is. Woo. That's a good.
Sir.
That's a really good one there.
What a fish here. Thank you, sir.
Good,
I appreciate it. Man, what a way to end the evening.
There you go.
A Roanoke striper. I just can't say enough about what's the fishery that's here. And Captain Scooter Lilley has put us on some beautiful fish. I'm just couldn't be more satisfied. All right, going back for the evening. God, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Folks, I'm here to tell you, I'm worn out. We have had nothing but fun on the river today. It has snowed. I have eaten salted herring at the Cypress Grill. Captain Scooter Lilley has just been a phenomenal host and put us on the fish nonstop. I cannot say enough about this fishery that's going on here. It makes me proud to be a North Carolinian. And we want to show you more action like this across our state and what we have to offer here. So I want you to continue to stay tuned and watch us. We're so glad that you're with us. We hope you'll stay tuned and watch more. Striper fishing in the snow. Roanoke River striping. Striping.
Oh, I know. I was
Inland, what you call this? Inner banks. Woo! Look at that pig. He's not really a pig, is he? Hey, I'm sorry. You're a pig. You're a pig. Don't get upset. I just want to finish this.
Daisy.